Well, it's that time of year again. Time to move some cattle around. Good afternoon, everyone. It's 17th of September today, and it's time to get all these these pairs out of this pasture. The ones, for those of you that follow along, these are the cows with heifer calves. There was a group that was put out here earlier, and then there was another group that was in here. And since the bulls have been pulled out, breeding season's over, so both herds got lumped together. So most of our cows with heifer calves are in this group, other than a few that are out on what we call hanks. There's a few first calf heifers with their heifer calves. So it's time to move them. Pasture's pretty much done for this year. And there's some fall grazing we're going to do. We're going to take these out to 28 to the oat field. And then onward to some other paddocks. Kind of what we call aftermath grazing. So let's get these rounded up. Dad's been honking the horn here in the old green truck, and got our pail of grain here with the little trough. He leads and I follow on foot. So we're just calling them, getting them gathered up. Well, I guess while we're waiting for them to come up, we're just calling them, and there's one actually down over there somewhere. There she is. Way down there. She's coming. I just thought while we're waiting here, I thought I'd give you a little update on what's been happening. As you can see, it's been cloudy and actually kind of rainy. Last weekend, there was a major system that come through, dumped a bunch of rain south of us there, about 10 miles. Anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches of rain down south there. We got 3/10. But we've had showery weather ever since, and it looks like it's going to be showery for the next 4 or 5 days yet. So we've been stalled out for the last 2 weeks. In fact, there's the hay bine across the lake there. You can see it right there. On Jiggins's. So, and that's some of the last stuff we got to do over there and over here. This quarter over here. You see that white pedestal there? We still got to do what we can on that. And then we're finishing up over there. So anyways, that's what's been going on. We're stalled right out at the moment, so these are the jobs you do, whether it's fixing a bale fork like you've seen in the last short that I put on, doing some running around. We were in Winnipeg on the weekend visiting family, and now it's time to get some cattle moved around, because they're after a frost and some of this grass gets a little mature. It's not the greatest anymore. So anyways, that's kind of the update. They're all pretty much all ready to go here. There's Dad there ready to open the gate. So I guess let's just wait till it happens. Well, they're all out the gate. Next stop, the yard. Looks like Dad didn't get ahead of them quick enough. But they know where they're going. Well, the cows aren't worried about grain. There's only one cow behind me. The rest, that's it. We're on our way out. We got better, greener pastures to go to. Well, I guess I goofed. There's a gate on the neighbors here. And I forgot to close it. Now they're all in here. Oh, crap. Come on, hey, get out of here. Oh, boy. I forgot one bloody gate, and now we got a mayhem. At least they're going to... Lots of grass here for the moment. Well, I think we're slowly getting our mess straightened out. The gate is right there. It was to allow the neighbor to get a swather in the gate, and I forgot all about that gate. Straight across from our place. A little do-si-do around the bluff here, and you can see I'm shaking because that's tiring. Okay, I think we're back in business. Go get the others that are heading back home now. But I think they'll come. Okay, we're back to our regularly scheduled programming. If this dumb dink here hadn't would have thought about it and looked as I was going by, I could have prevented a bit of a ranch house ruckus. But it wasn't too terrible. Just a matter of good thing there was lots of grass. They were actually just didn't want to move, actually, more than anything. And the last few out of the gate, they seemed like they were hesitant too, so we just had to do a little do-si-do and a dance, and we got them out. So the other group is way up there, and then these ones were actually starting to head back to the yard. So okay. What is it? The Willie Nelson song? On the road again. Well, we got them here, albeit a little bit eventful, but that's okay. Dum here created it, so yeah, there's maybe nothing right here because it was sprayed out, but there's still a little bit of oats starting to come, which they probably won't get a lot. They might chew at some of this chaff and whatnot. You know, we had a person messaged me about the last video, how come you didn't bale the straw? Well, this land could use the straw for starters. The organic matter will go back with the straw choppers you have nowadays. It's not a big a deal. And we didn't really need the straw, and the cows will pick through it somewhat, so they're going to be noisy. So there's some cleaning up they can do over there. Some aftermath there. It hasn't been hayed or touched. Clean up fence lines. They're not going to stay here for very long because they're eventually going to go that way to where we wintered the cows last year, if you remember, those of you that follow. Here, I'll get up on the truck. Whoa! Just about fell over. Okay. But where that bluff is over there, they'll eventually go out there. These pairs on the other side of that fence, those are cows with steer calves, and there's another group further west. They'll eventually get lumped together, and that'll be about 98% of our steer calves. And they'll eventually go back home to second cut alfalfa grazing. So, but probably won't be till late this week, early next week. So just kind of shuffling pairs around. Cows with heifer calves. With some of these will be kept as replacements. Some of them will be sold. So for now they can stay out here. Actually, this is probably about 3/4 of our heifer calf crop right here, because like I said in a previous clip, there's still some others out on what we call hanks. So once we get them gathered up and put together with these, then we can start sorting for replacements and sale. Well, it's a little while later and we're on our field that we silage. There's a silage pile. This is the field we silage this year. The second cut has really come on strong since. It's probably, well, some of it is close to my knee. It is, some of the alfalfa. And what we generally do, those of you that follow the channel, the last few years we've been putting our cows with the steer calves on this. So once we get them rounded up from the native pastures out west, they come out east here to this. I guess there's 200 acres here they come on. There's some of this nice meadow brome and some of this and second cut alfalfa, which is probably past, well, a lot of the flowers have fallen off now. So as far as sometimes with the alfalfa, you got to be careful. For those of you that don't know, if you try to graze cattle on lush alfalfa, they will bloat, which means they gas up and basically suffocates them. Their stomachs just swell right up and with gas, and it puts pressure on their lungs and it basically suffocates them and they die. So, but as long as the alfalfa isn't lush, like this isn't, here, I'll get my camera right. It's pretty woody, the stems, so there'll be a lot of fiber going through them, so it won't, yeah, even see some of it's even gone to seed. So other than this wet weather that we're having and keeping it moist, I don't see it being a problem, especially with this grass here. They don't bloat on grass. Legumes like alfalfa, that's where it's like dynamite. But it looks like it's ready for cattle. Some of you will be thinking, what the hell are you thinking, man? You should be cutting this for hay. Well, we probably could be in spots, but I like to put it through the cattle and get longer term grazing, because we're only going to turn around and feed the silage or the hay. In fact, this is probably, heck, I probably would have had just as much yield here second cut for silage than it was the first cut, because the first cut was kind of dismal this year. But anyways, this is where we're at. Looks like we're ready to bring cows out here. But we can end the video with that. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.